Oh, Mensch, love. Thank you. Găti descor, man. Pas mi khosir mam pan gıskısım gor. Hey, Cegaf, gırnas, gam gırnas tidel gam gırnas genel. İnşo bet kune Cegaf. Okay, bye. Ha, ha, bye. Hey, Bon. Oh, that's not Bon. Sorry, man. Wrong person. Yeah, right? Bon, is that you? Bon, there we go. There are three guys that look exactly like you. I want to say hi to each of them. Okay, so were you able to create a private room or private meeting? Okay, excellent. So, but I don't think you had access to the portals, correct? Okay. Yeah, once you create, I'll go ahead and join. Oh yeah, see, look, another one that looks like you. Hey, looking good. Okay, let's see where Bon went. Okay, so we're gonna be experiencing our first well, we've had plenty of staff meetings, but this will be the first one that we're going to be doing in VR. And in order to bring you this in VR, or in order for us to do it in VR, we are currently using the AltSpace app. And AltSpace is actually available for you on VR and 2D. So if you have a laptop, you can access it. So yeah, right now I'm on VR. I'm on the Oculus Rift, and actually Bon, one of the staff members, he is on his laptop. So yeah, we're waiting for it to load. I'm currently trying to join his room. It doesn't usually take this long. Hey Bon, you in here? Okay, so I joined the room, but it looks like he's out trying to find me. Let's go ahead and send him a message. Okay, so while we wait for him, so this is just an unnecessary elevator or extra room. But some of the cooler features. It says teleporter failed. Okay, let's go help Bon. Hey, Bon. Okay, so two things. One, you just entered the portal instead of creating one. Do you see a create portal option? Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. Confirm. Okay, so we just created a portal, and what the portals do is if you're meeting up in any of the public spaces, you could go to the same room together. Bon. Oh, we're in the same place. Okay. Okay, so this is a private room? Excellent. Okay, and the difference. Oh, also, Bon. I guess I'm narrating as we go. Uh, the difference between private and public. Obviously, the public events you could open public events, and those are open to anyone that's on the app. And then private events are for people you specifically invite, so nobody in the public or in any of the social areas could join you. Okay, so Bon, if you can try to add our agenda to the screen now that it's your room. Yeah, because right now for me it's a black screen. Remember what you were saying last time? I'm so happy I don't have to type it with this keyboard. Okay, I see the drive. Okay. Can you see if you can copy paste the shareable link instead of logging in? If we just have, because the link, if anyone who has it can access it. So I think if we share that link here, we should be able to bypass logging in. But yeah, if you want to log in, you could also just log in. Okay, not a problem. Uh, yeah, just go ahead and log in. Go on. Just a tour of the room. I don't think these whiteboards are usable. Did we try this last time, Bon? I think I'm too far. Excellent. Might be a slight delay because I still see the Google sign-in screen. So, but yeah, it did take some time after you start for me to see anything. So let's give it some time. But see that the so maybe that delay will be a little bit of an issue if we're going to be making any edits on the presentation or during the thing. Uh, but yeah, that's just a note to make. But I think Bon, you see that question mark on the bottom left? So that's saying the slide method or using it via the slides.com. Maybe that will have something where it's live for everyone instead of it just being where you see it and then I'm getting a delayed broadcast of it. Because exactly what you were explaining last time for the screen, that's what I'm seeing too. Uh, like there's a delay, and then like right now I'm still in the sign in screen to continue to docs. Mm. Okay. Can you try refreshing or something? Because it's still I'm still seeing the dock, so maybe it's stalled somewhere. Because I feel like they're using a broadcast protocol, and which would explain the delay. But I'm thinking maybe because it's your Google Drive, it's not letting me see it. I don't know. Uh, hmm. Bon, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the broadcast. Let's figure this out, and then if we don't, if we can't do it for today, so not a big deal. We can still discuss our meeting, go through everything, and you just maintain the agenda from your computer. And then that way we'll have a resolution. Actually, let's just do that. Uh, let's just let's start with our meeting. Let's go through the. Okay, wait. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Let me just check something on my end. Let me see if I could bypass something. But yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, Bon. So let's go ahead and just start our meeting, and then just create the notes in terms of what we need to do uh, to make sure that we could get a presentation going next time. Uh, okay, so just keep in mind I'm on the VR, so I don't have any access to the agenda. So you can go just so yeah, go ahead and start with the first item that we have. What the? Bon, any luck? Okay, so that, yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, yeah, I'm here. Okay, so Bon, let's. Okay, so right now we're on the first item is LinkedIn, YouTube. Okay. Uh, okay, Bon, hold on. I just had an idea. Uh, because I'm the one streaming, I think it's gonna look weird if we're going with the agenda. Because you see the agenda on your on the panel, right? On the big screen here. Okay, so I don't see that. That means nobody that's seeing my view is seeing it. So let me create a room. Events. My events. And we'll go there. That way I can add it. And that way, at least for this meeting, I would be able to see it. And then now that I know what your view is, we'll be able to, look into how we can fix it. Okay, so presentation, schedule event. Okay, so clearly we're having some troubles with the presentation portion. So their screen, I mean, they're still trying to figure it out too. But so the screen looks like whoever is presenting gets access to it. And there's clearly some sort of delay, but we'll get that fixed for next week. All right, Bon. Uh, so now let me log in. Okay, so let's go to the computer. Okay. So I just copied off the keyboard. Let's see if I can paste it here. Since let's get rid of this. Paste. Done. Enter. Bon, let me know what you see on the screen. Bon, can you hear me? I think you might be on mute. You can see it? Awesome. Okay, so what I changed was I made the file a public file, so anyone with the link can access it. So I'm thinking that they might have a restriction if, like, maybe Google has an internal restriction, or maybe there's something that was blocking it. But okay, so the important thing is now I could see it, you could see it, right? Excellent. Okay, so now we can actually begin. Wonderful. Okay. All right, Bon. So let us here first. Let me scroll down. Let's go to today's date. Okay. Bon, can you just populate May 1st updates based on the upcoming deliverables? And then this way I'll see how quickly those updates show on the screen. Whoa. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's too much of a delay between the updates on the dock and what I'm seeing. Are you able to see? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, so it hasn't even scrolled yet for you. Okay, so clearly there's a delay for the second, or for the viewers, not the one presenting. Um, okay. Okay, Bon, while you go do that, I'm gonna go grab Rose. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure nothing would happen to our event. Okay, Bon, so I just messaged her. Uh, what I actually want to do is we'll go grab her together. And then I want to see if the room stays available with all the details. Worst case, I have the link already saved, so I could just easily paste it and reload it. Uh, did it scroll down for you yet? Okay, so that's a problem. Uh, okay, if you put your mouse all the way at the top, does it show you? Do you see that your blue cursor or your colored cursor? Oh no, I mean when you're so on your desktop when you're in the if you click the top part of the agenda, are you able to see that updated on your Alt VR screen? Okay, so okay, hold on. Let me try something. Maybe there's a way to reload what you see based on what I'm seeing. Let's see. No, no, that just reloaded my app. Okay, so yeah, bon, we'll figure this out. But yeah, okay, let's go get Rose. Okay, I think she is lost. I asked her where would you like to meet. She she's at her house, like the home, and she's like, I don't know, where's this? Okay, hold on. Um, okay, I'm sending her to the info zone, and then we'll meet her there. 90s music dance party has 50 people attending it right now. Oh, it's Friday, all right. Trump update. LGBTQ jukebox, live stacks, Satsumanios club state. There's everything here. Pretty soon there'll be life of automation. Future. The future is no, that's Peters. I was gonna say future is faster. Okay, let me just confirm Rose has gotten us. Yeah, Rose is definitely not a gamer. Featured hub spaces. Okay, hopefully we could all hear each other okay, and you guys don't experience any kind of delays once we do link up. But we'll soon find out. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we definitely can. I just figured you might want to join us. But yeah, I realize it's all you're gonna see is two load screens. Might as well walk around. See what there is to do. Okay, so okay, so let me go grab her, and then I will meet you back here. Rose, are you in here? No. On by the tables to your left. All right. Now let's meet up with Rose. Rose, can you hear me? Okay. Wait, how could I add you? Okay, I don't think that was Rose. Rose, is that you? Nope. Next. All right. You got it. So what brings you guys to VR? Oh, you guys are using two accounts? That's cool. Got it. Well, what do you do with two accounts? What are the advantages? Oh, couldn't get better than that, right? No. Yeah, there's definitely a frequency with the mics, though. Yeah, but not bad. Yeah. Well, as long as you put it to good use. Am I what? Oh, I see. No, only one way to find out. Best of luck, man. I'm gonna go find my buddy. Rose, is that you? Rose, are you in here? Rose, Rose, Rose. Anybody's name Rose? Oh, got it. Sounds like it works. So are you able to broadcast at the same time? Yeah. Jesus. Oh, so now you have three? Well, welcome to AltSpace. You like me to show you around? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of work. What happens? Oh, wow. It feels like, have you played Halo 5? When Cortana goes haywire? Halo fan, no? Oh, man. I was just starting to like you. Yeah. Okay. All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. Hope you have 10 accounts by the end of the week. I will see you later. Rose? Rose, is that you? No? Hey, how's it going, man? Sorry, I'm looking for a friend. Rose? Is this you? Kathy. Kathy, I'm looking for Rose. So nice to meet you, but you're not Rose. Thank you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thank you. Rose? Rose? Oh, hey, Rose. Okay, come this way. Are you able to? Oh, there we go. Okay, so welcome to VR. So this is one of the public places, and obviously there's a bunch of people here. Can you hear me clearly? Excellent. Okay, so Bon is waiting for us at the meeting. So I'm gonna first send a portal for us to join. So give me one moment, Rose. Events, my events, add friend. Rose, Rose, when you click on the menu, can you see on where it says events? Can you see my event? It'll say Medzachi's boardroom. Oh, okay. Actually, here, Rose, I just created a portal. Rose, if you look to your right, okay, so click on that. Yeah, Bon, how's it going, man? Okay, so it took some time, but I found her. But I think she's still loading. Okay, so that was interesting. I met I met a kid that has created three accounts. No, he first had two accounts, and then he wanted to prove that he could make three. So he made three accounts, and then he made a fourth. And I was like, "Listen, man, I hope you get up to 10, but I gotta go." You're just making accounts. Hey, Rose. Okay. All right, guys. So, Rose, welcome to VR. So I know it took some time for us to find each other, but obviously that'll be easier for you and I to find each other. But obviously that'll be easier in the future, especially now that we're friends. I don't want to take the friend approach because I thought that'll be too easy. I wanted the challenge of being able to find each other, so that way you get to use the app a little bit too. Okay, Rose. So do you see the agenda on the screen? It's behind you. I just want to see if, and then okay, so Bon, do you hear any kind of issue with the audio? All right, wonderful. Okay, so now Rose, me and Bon were gonna have our meeting, and then we were gonna be meeting with you when we got to the virtual biz in this part. However, obviously we we got a little bit delayed with some technical difficulties. So now instead of us covering the initial updates, which was YouTube, LinkedIn, and a little bit of the Floxy, let's jump right in. Oh, not Floxy. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Um, LinkedIn. It was LinkedIn and YouTube. So I want us to go ahead and jump right into a virtual business setup. So Rose and I have actually, well, no, not Rose and I. Me and Rose worked on the strategy, but Rose has actually been working on implementing a strategy for us to become a successful virtual business. Um, Rose, are you still Rose? Still here, okay. Yeah, okay. You're looking at the screen. So, okay. So, so Rose, if you can give Bon just a brief overview of what you've been working on, the goals, what the purpose is, what our desired outcome is, uh, and then I'm gonna tie it into how VR can be incorporated for for parts of that. But yeah, go ahead. The floor is yours. Where'd you go? Okay, here. Let me go on this side of the table. It'll be easiest to because the table doesn't let you move. Okay, actually, here I'll come there. Now, Rose, excellent work. I mean, excellent explanation in terms of the onboarding part. Now let's jump into our ongoing plans. What are we planning to do to be able to, besides getting set up as a virtual business and making sure all the necessary paperwork is in place, the necessary apps, software. Besides that, what are some of the things that you guys have been or you've been preparing in regards to ongoing training and ongoing updates and meetings, just some of that stuff that we've been discussing. If you could give a summary of that too. No, no worries, not a problem. Um, besides the getting it set up, so we've been working on the documentation, but now we've been talking about having the weekly Scrum report, have the weekly company meeting, team meetings, also the workshops. Those the different types of different types of employee training that we've discussed or employee interactions. Do you remember those parts? Okay, so yeah, that's the part that if you could give a more background there, because that's actually the part that we're going to be tying into this app. Yeah, it was it was a lot of information, so I don't blame you. I'll actually jump in and help you here. So some of the things that we're working on is obviously weekly workshops, whether it is training on how to use a certain app that we're using, or how to improve their productivity. Maybe it'll be a leadership workshop, just different workshops to make sure that our team is constantly advancing and is continuously developing themselves and is always staying engaged. We don't want people to become complacent and then start getting bored, and the next thing Facebook is on and they're just looking at the time. We want to make sure that the type of work that they're doing, they're always engaged, and to be engaged we got to make sure that they understand it. And so to do that, part of the setup, so the setup is going to give us all the foundation in order to successfully maintain the rest of the stuff. So we were gonna incorporate, like I said, workshops. We're gonna incorporate weekly meetings, just like how we're meeting now. We'll probably have a weekly team meeting. Not probably. We're gonna have a team meeting. It just I'm not sure how we'll get it set up, but what we'll probably be covering during that team meeting is just overall company updates, the important items from the main departments, and then if anyone has any item to discuss, anything to mention. It'll be a 30 to 45-minute meeting tops, but I think that by doing that weekly, and especially through an app like this, I think it'll create a little bit of more. One, it creates the culture of, hey, we're interacting on a little bit of a different level than just a video chat. So obviously they have something to look at. And Rose, I was talking to Bond too. One of the things, like, I'm using my hand gestures here. When we're talking, it's just a black screen. I could tell you that, hey Rose, our productivity is here, but we need to have it here. But if you don't see that, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So that's just one small example of how this will keep them more engaged, and we can actually, it adds a flavor of excitement to the work that we have to do. But in addition to that, it's also gonna. I mean, it's part of the future. Everyone's looking right now on how to, how to take their business into the virtual world. I haven't seen too many virtual meetings happening. Me and Bon attended an event in March that was supposed to be a big VR event, and you could tell that it is still very very early into this. So it's a good time for us to start establishing it, and that in turn, we are, though everything that we talk about is being a life of automation. Part of things being automated is them being on the virtual world, whether that's online or here in the VR. So it's definitely a part. It'll play an integral part in our overall business strategy. But the best way to experiment it is with our own meetings and our own staff. Ultimately, as I was telling Bonrose, if this does become successful, if we see that our productivity is getting better, the employees are more excited to, to be part of the team, then it is obviously something that other businesses can utilize. So in turn, we can create a product, a course, or just create free content on our channel to generate an audience. So there's a lot of things that can be done, and us testing it for our business is the best starting point. Um, any questions in that regard, Rose? Or sorry, not any questions. Anything that did I miss in terms of what we're talking about doing with virtual meetings or with the team meetings and team communication? Okay, excellent. Now, also, so here's the other part within this. Now, obviously, this app itself has the graphics are kept low. The bandwidth is they try to keep it as low as possible so that people from all across the world with different access, like I'm on VR. Bon is on a different laptop. You're on a different laptop, and we're on the opposite ends of the world. Yet here we are communicating without any delay, without maybe small issues with the broadcaster, but I think that's something that we could solve. But ultimately, it definitely brings us together. So there's other apps and there's like events that do happen within VR. Like we can maybe decide to one day have a watch party. Maybe there's a popular show that you guys watch out there in the Philippines that is going to be a big deal. And if we broadcast it, we can have like an event with the staff, and they could all and watch it through our portal or here in AltSpace. So there's a lot of things we can do. But the first things to start with is starting our team meetings. Uh, Based on where we stand, Rose, and I was talking to Bon about this too, but I would need your feedback for in terms of where we stand with the setup. Do you think we would be able to have a team meeting next week, next Friday? Yeah, and obviously the main subjects would be the whole virtual business setup, what we're doing, what the goal is, what the plan is, and then we'll also do a small presentation regarding the AltSpace VR. Maybe have. Oh boy, I just hit something with my hand. Okay. Yeah. So with AltSpace VR, how to use it, maybe like add it to, and then also mention the workshop. So Rose, you and I will work on an agenda, a preliminary agenda for that meeting, and then once we have the preliminary agenda, we'll probably have a three-way meeting. Well, just a meeting like this. Where we'll review it and then bond anything else that we need to add, anything that you see we need to adjust. We could discuss it then, and then I think we'll be good to go to have our team meeting here. The only concern would be everyone's accessibility. So far, the both of you have been able to access it with minimal problems. So Rose, sometime in the coming week, let's early next week, let's have the team sign up for this and install it and give it a test to see if they're able to use it. Kind of the same way I had you do it, where first you made sure to log in, see if it works, and then this week we actually finally had our meeting. That way we'll know by Monday, Tuesday, everyone has access and we're good to go. Now, if we do have people that cannot access it, what I'm thinking, Bon, we could do is the broadcast. So when we're doing the live stream, they will still have to attend and still, I guess maybe chat via YouTube. But yeah, they would still need to be present and be listening and all that. And then Rose also, all of these meetings can be recorded. whether that can be used for documentation for content, whether that could be used for archives for our company files. Maybe we need to reference the meeting, what was discussed, what was decided, things of that regard. So it can be all done through here. um, yeah, any questions? Yeah. Yeah, look, it could be. It could be. It might be a general setting in case maybe someone says a curse word and they need time to block it out. Like the old school broadcasting, they would always have like a 5 to 10 second delay, so the team could quickly edit if they said something. Okay, so our first thing to do is make sure that the team gains access to this. If the team is any one of the team members is having an issue, we'll jump into it and see if it's we'll see what the next option is. If we decide to use the broadcast, if we do, we'll make the change on the edit. I mean, on the delay. And then if there's a different way for them to check in, that's what I'm going to look at. Maybe there'll be a different web portal or something along that lines that won't require this. But I think, I mean, I ran it on my computer on my laptop that didn't have anything special on it, and it was running okay. So I don't think we'll have a problem with people accessing it and being able to use it. I think the main problem might be if all of us are on and we're all trying to talk maybe at the same time. Remember that experience you had with when we were at the campfire, Bon? Yeah, so that's the only thing that would still be a concern, but we can't know until we've actually gone in and given a test. So let's set next Friday. I won't set a time. We'll decide by Tuesday, Wednesday what time we'll have the meeting. But yeah, let's definitely have the meeting on Friday. And I mentioned what the rough agenda will be, but we'll actually have that agenda prepared so that we can go over it together. And yeah, it's we'll have a full planned meeting on Friday. So if Rose, for example, you're going to be presenting the virtual business setup, you'll know in advance so that you prepare. Or say, Bon, hypothetically, you're going to be presenting AltSpace. You have an outline of what you're going to be presenting for AltSpace. If I'm going to be talking about Monday, I already have what I know. Like I know what I'm going to be talking about Monday to the team. So, and same thing with our staff meetings. You've seen how those are developing with each day. You know how we're getting organized or how what we're working on is changing. I think the same will happen with these meetings. The first team meeting will be experience, the second more experience, third we'll start perfecting it, and then by the fourth, fifth, we'll see like exactly what's happening, and we can start adding, taking out ideas, and we can start having fun with it. But yeah, any additional questions for the virtual business and what we have planned? Rose, anything on your end? Any questions? Okay, excellent. Now, if that's the case, then Rose. So then, okay. So if that's it, then I'm not gonna continue the other parts. We can discuss that after. But we covered the virtual business, which was a decent chunk of what I wanted to discuss today. And I was able to relay all the information that I wanted, and I think we were able to discuss everything regarding VR. Bon, is there any item we didn't discuss that you think should be mentioned? Okay, wonderful. And we'll be in touch more so later next week, and expect to maybe have another meetup before Friday here in AltSpace. Okay, the three of us. So kind of we'll do maybe like a rough walkthrough just to make sure that our slide is working. So this meeting we just jumped in and started it. So for the Friday's meeting, we'll make sure that we come in first. We have it set up, kind of like a regular meeting. You want to set up, you want to put the donuts, get the coffee ready. So it's kind of the same thing, but get the all VR stuff ready. But yeah, if there's no questions, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting here. Rose, would you like to do a walkthrough? Okay. So yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you guys have some time, we could continue on and just see the different parts. But obviously, you and I did a little bit of a walkthrough, but we recorded none of it. So this will be a good way to get another round. And then also, Rose will get to see how what we have with this app, what there is, and maybe you can incorporate different things into the strategy as you're working on it. Okay, so Rose, let's start with this room. Uh, Now the room is made for 50 people. So we can't have a staff meeting more than 50 people. If we have more than 50, we have to find a new app. I'm joking. So it's gonna take some time before we hit the 50 mark. But Rose, so if you climb up, I mean, it's each room has you can walk around in that room. Oh, I'm up here. Bon, how do you move the view? If you can help out Rose with the controls, and then we would probably need something with the controls for the rest of the team, which Bon, you and I will discuss on Monday, or when we discuss VR, we'll discuss the whole control scheme. Um, okay, so up here is it's just another presentation, but I'm not sure how we can access this. Bon, are you able to click this by any chance? No, I can't either. So it could be for show. Like some of the other VR rooms have multi screens. Maybe this one is for show. But think of it like if we're having different workshops happening, we can have it here, and everyone could split up into different groups. So we can really, anything you've done in class, at school, it's it's pretty much doable here. So I just want to show this area, and then now, Rose, anytime we want to go somewhere, if we want to all go together, remember how we did the portal when we were at the info zone? So yeah, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna fire up a portal, and I'm gonna go back to the info zone, and we'll get started there. I'll walk you. We'll do a walkthrough of the info zone, and I had described the ideas to Bond back then, and we could talk about it too, in terms of the long term strategy. But yeah, it's again. So right now we'll jump into this portal. Let me create it. Rose, any questions about this room or the meeting room? Okay, so that's good to hear. That's good to hear. You'll soon become a gamer. No, it's the controls. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes simple, and it's. I mean, the only reason it was easy for me and Bond to pick it up is because we have played quite a few video games. So it's. But see, this is good too, Rose. I'm happy that you're having. Okay, I'm happy. This is gonna sound bad, but I'm happy you're having problems with it because when the staff members that do have problems with it are, or when do have staff members that are going to have problems with it, you would be able to assist them because you know what they went through. For me and Bond, we'll be kind of like, well, wait, hold on, we got to go back to the basics. What are we supposed to? Which part don't you understand? So for you, it'll be a lot easier to teach them. He goes, oh, this is what the problems that I was having. This is what you guys got to do. But yeah, okay. So let me go ahead and create the portal, and we'll jump right into info zone. Now, before I launch it, Rose, just to give you an idea of InfoZone, because it's gonna get loud in there. Last time when me and Bon were in there, there was just people coming back and forth, and there you have to understand that in VR, there is no people don't get shy. There isn't that whole social barrier. So sometimes people do. There's trolls. There's kids. There's people that come in your face. They yell at you. They say or they cause disruption. Okay, so if you need to, you can mute them. But yeah, now in the info zone, it describes everything that you can do in AltSpace. And what we'll do is we'll quickly do a walkthrough of how they have it, and then we'll go and visit some of the rooms to give you an idea of what. Um, Wait 1 second. Cancel, cancel. Yeah, how'd that happen? Destroy. How is it? That's what me and Ball were looking at. We're like, there's 50 people on a Friday afternoon. Yeah, so that's exactly what I mean. So there's so many people around, and yeah, just well, we know each other, and we obviously have each other as friends, so we can't lose each other. But okay, so now I'm gonna reopen the correct portal. Uh, Bon, you should have let that happen. It would have been funny. Okay, so there we go. Info zone. Okay, so Rose, when you click it, we'll go ahead and launch. There we go. No, you're good. Let's wait for Bon. So Rose, what do you think? Yeah. Okay, so they've set this up like a little carnival or like a little festival. Oh, hey, Bon. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do a walkthrough. We'll follow the arrows on the floor. But yeah, ultimately just follow them, and I'll give examples as we go along. All right, let's go. Okay, so Rose, so now just to give you an idea of the overall thing, they've done it like a walkthrough. You know, usually you have a tutorial on how to use an app. What they've done is they've set it up as a walkthrough, like a booth, like a conference where you go to a conference and they show, they have the different booths, different items. That's exactly how they've set it up. Um, so, like, you see how they have the different boards and it's just showing how it was getting done. I was telling Bon, well, let's keep going through. Sorry, guys. Oh man, Bon, we left Rose behind. Hello. Almost got it, Rose. Let's go. Okay, so Rose, do you see how it's taking you where you need to go? One of the things I was discussing with Bon is we can create something like this down the road, both for our employees and our customer base. So like, they can have two different. So we this could give them an idea of what life of automation is, what are the different, the different communities that exist and different places they can go. But yeah, the way they've set it up is just a regular conference. At any time, if our employees need help with actually using AltSpace, let's go this way, Rose. So anytime we need our employees to understand AltSpace or how it's used, they just come to the info zone and do one of these walkthroughs. We don't have to actually train them. What we'll probably work on is maybe important details if we do see that they haven't understood it. But yeah, this would train them, A to Z on how to use it. Uh, Now this is the more important section for us. This has all the different rooms. So Uh, no, I'm not. I'm actually having a company meeting where we're trying to utilize AltSpace for our company. So uh, you can also do that. Okay. One second, Bon. Okay, so these are different meeting rooms. Rose. So now, if you look at the boardroom meeting, that's where we were at earlier. Um, So they have different types of rooms. There's the meeting room. There's the presentation. The presentation is actually, if you think about like TED Talks, or if someone's going to give a presentation to a larger group, think of it like that's what you'll use. And actually, they've used the Alt Talk instead of TED Talk. Whose voice is that? Mute. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so and then panel is say that we're gonna have we're gonna have different guests giving a presentation about future technologies or converging technologies. We could have it at a panel and people could attend. So ultimately, it comes down to what we want to run on the social aspect of it. But all of these could be utilized for team meetings, team workshops, uh, anything else that you could think of that we need to do with the team. Now let's keep going. There's just more different rooms. You have the late night set, so this is more like a late night talk show. This is more so if you want to run a show. You have let's roundtable discussion, VR podcast, and if you keep moving, this is more of a like this is pure entertainment. They have club stages where I've seen people do like stand up comedy, and then you have the performance where I've actually been to talent contests where people go and they get the stage and everyone has to hear them, no matter how good or bad they are. So it's a it's a talent show, and then they have club improv, which is like comedy night or poems or just regular actor doing improv. But yeah, we have access to every single one of these rooms. We can host an event in any one of these rooms. Here is the watch party. So this is what I was talking about, where if there's like a popular show or movie, like say for example, we want to, maybe play Marvel Avengers Endgame, hypothetically, we can host an event here at the movie theaters. And then there's the watch party. So then there's the meetups. Meetups is just Rose over here. And then yeah, if Rose, by the way, you can mute anybody. So if there's any noises, just mute them until we're done with the presentation. Yeah, I've muted everyone but Bon and you. Okay, so for the meetup, we have all different like Office Olympics is more so there's just stuff to interact with. Rooftop games again, just basketball, other things to interact with, and then Orion Court. It's kind of the same thing. It's just interactive environments for people to meet up and socialize. Um, Now, if we move a little bit further, these two are games, which we won't really have usage for. But I mean, just since we're here, girls over here. Since we're already here, might as well explain them. Holograms Against Reality. Have you guys heard of Cards Against Humanity by any chance? Bon or Rose? So yeah, it's based on a popular card game here. It's usually used as like a drinking, not drinking. It's used at parties or social gatherings. And then this one is just a pure quiz bowl type of thing. Okay, so these are all the different rooms and the different types of events we know we could host. You're not stuck to hosting a specific event to a specific room. If you could use the podcast room, for example, to host a meeting or to host a presentation. It's if you want to do a podcast, that would be more suitable for your podcast, so on and so forth. Uh, okay, any questions, Rose? Okay, fantastic. And then now, this is if you see the arrows, it ends here with it just says if you ever want to host one of your own events, which is all these things that we were talking about. If we want to host the event, the different meetings, the different panels, so on. These are how you do it. This is it explains how you do it. Um, and then the arrows all end up finishing right there where it says you made it. So that's pretty much it in terms of how AltSpace is used, what it could be used for, and then how we can incorporate it for our needs in terms of whether it's on the HR level with the different team meetings or on the content level with the social meetings. Sorry guys, everyone's on mute until I finish this meeting, but I'll put you guys off mute here in a bit. Any questions? Any questions regarding the setup? Any questions about the ideas I mentioned about incorporating it for our business, or just using it in general with the team? No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead, sir. Uh. Oh, so like everyone, instead of, so just to be clear that I've understood you correctly, you want to present what someone is seeing here in VR on one of the boxes, or have everyone be here instead of doing it on, you know. Mm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is actually perfect for it. Yeah, this is actually perfect for it, and we've just started using it for our company. We actually just had our second staff meeting, and now I'm giving the walkthrough to my HR manager. But let me, if you could follow me, I'll show you what would be very useful for you. Uh, so, were you paying attention when I was describing these rooms? Not a problem. So, okay, right on. So now, if you look at the presentation, now say for example, you want it where maybe the CEO is giving it like a speech style, so he can be in VR giving the speech. Now, in here, when people do attend, so anybody that has it's and that's the cool thing about AltSpace. Like right now, I'm in VR, but my two employees, they're actually with their computers, and they're watching me like that. So if you enter, the way it'll work is you'll host the private room, and they'll have the whether you guys are you guys have your employee your team, whether you guys have the names or you guys are already friends with each other. That part's easy to set up, but the main part is you have a private room, which actually, if you want, I'll go ahead and show you one of them to exactly get an idea of what it looks like. But ultimately, what it ends up happening is they take a seat and they're watching the CEO, for example, giving the speech. And one thing that I always mention that's a big difference here is the hand gestures. Most of the time when you're talking, when you're looking at the black screen, you might be giving an example like, where our productivity right now is here, but we want it to be here. And on a black screen, they never catch that, even though you're still communicating with your hands. So that's like it's in that sense, it's more engaging. But yeah, it's in terms of the staff. Rose, or where's Bon? Bon, because he was in terms of 2D. In terms of 2D, if you want to give him an idea of what your experience is when you're, with our meetings so far, and and that way he'll have an idea of what the employees have to expect, just like because it's he has the same view as me, and the employees will have the same view. Uh, Okay. And what about in terms of the engagement? How do you feel? Do you feel you're more engaged? Do you feel like it's a distraction? Or if you could compare it to like a go-to webinar or like a Zoom call or a Zoho meeting, and yeah, how so? Yeah, so it's definitely useful. Go ahead. Yeah. So, oh, okay. I see. I see. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it totally does. So, hypothetically speaking, say we have this boardroom meeting, and that's the TV. You would want that TV to be the broadcast of the go-to meeting, and people can also have the option to attend it via going to that room. So, yeah, it's definitely, you kind of forget that you're not, we're not this far apart. You kind of sometimes forget that, which is incredible, and that adds to the engagement value. So now there is okay, so technically you can do it, but based on what I've experienced with them, it's still buggy. I don't think they've worked it out. But if you wanna here, I'll show you which one would be suitable for that. And I'll be very honest with you, we're gonna be testing that out for ourselves, because we do have, obviously we're not sure if everyone's computer is going to be available. So we were discussing to have different options, whether it's the YouTube broadcast or potentially the actual, the Zoom meeting itself, or well, we do it with the GoTo meetings also. But let me see which one it was. So there's quite a few. There's the game streams, the movie theater, and what this does is it'll be broadcasting it, and they could sit and watch it. Um, but ultimately, what you would want to do is make sure that the go-to broadcast isn't glitchy. And when I've tried to play a YouTube video, for example, on that screen, uh, sometimes there was a delay, sometimes it wasn't showing it at all. The second you hit play, it would go black. So I feel like they're still working on that compatibility issue. However, AltSpace isn't the only app that exists. Um, so if you would like, because I'm gonna run the tests, if you'd like to, link up. Once I run the test on, because there's another one called Engage VR. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. That one has been much better. It's built for business. This was more for socializing. This app itself. But because it's so developed, a lot of people are turning to it for their business needs. But Engage was built with business in mind. And we actually, me and Bon attended a conference in VR, and they had ran the very first one, like that was their whole promo for it. But what was cool is it's just the environment, and you could tell that the presentations that they had was running very fluently. So we're once we get this set up, which that's what we're finishing up right now. I'm gonna probably have test it out by Monday, Tuesday. If you'd like, I could give you what my update is, and if you'd want to, try that out, I'll give you all the details on how to get, how to get signed up with the app and get rolling. But yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you said. It's just there's so much difference, and once you see, like, people will rather log into this than they would to the Zoom meeting or the GoTo meeting. So and and just one note. I know you said you guys have 100 employees. Now the rooms are capped at 50 here. I'm not sure what it was for Engage. I think that was also 50. Okay, right on. And yeah, yeah, and yeah, it's oh, that's plenty to start with. So yeah, all okay. So let me add you as a friend, and then I'll message you my real information, and then that way I'll message you with the update, because I really think that Engage app will manage it. And again, it's a free app, so easily accessible for anyone that can. Now, the people that are interested, uh, are they? Yeah, yeah. They might have changed the name, but yeah, yeah. Excellent. So I'll be in touch. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. And just a yeah. Just a quick question. Now, the people that are interested, are they 2D or are they all VR, like actual VR headsets? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. So that will give you more flexibility. That's why I was asking. Okay. Right on. So yeah, I'll definitely be in touch. Yeah. Absolutely. Totally get it. All right. It was a pleasure meeting you. My name was Nick. And I'll send you my information and my email and all that good stuff, and we'll be in touch. I'm with no, I'm with Life of Automation. We help business. Yeah, Life of Automation. I'm not affiliated with AltSpace, just using their platform to be able to do business better. But yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure meeting you, Bon and Rose. Yeah. All right, you have a good one. Take care. Okay, so I think we're done with this area. Let's go ahead and v- visit a room. I'll set up a portal. Hey, Rose. So Bon just has a little delay, so he'll join us soon. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, right, you want to interact. So you have to. Are you using a mouse or the touchpad? Wait, the mouse. Okay, so usually when you click, like when you point your mouse at the. Well, here, let's. Were you able to pick this up? Yeah, point your mouse on it and click it. I think if you hold the. Oh, now you're standing on the table. Yeah, try not to get dizzy. There we go. Now, uh, and then turn it on because it's a laser. Yeah. So now, if you need to point to what we need to talk about, oh, it looks funny. It looks like it's on your throat. Oh, you threw it. Yeah, it was hard for me on the on the mouse too. I'm not gonna lie. Did we lose Bon? Oh, what's he saying? He left. We left him behind. Is he able to join, or do I need to go get him? So, uh, yeah. Well, that's I to be honest, I didn't either 2 months ago. So it's and it's free. Like a little, like, if you look at it, it's better than most of the applications, if not all of them that we have. Yet it is like it's more advanced. Yet it is the cheapest because it's free. What did Bond say? Do I need to go grab him? We forgot about him. Oh, oh, that's funny. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go get him. Bond, Over here, over here. I'm coming by you. What happened, man? All right, info portal. There we go. Okay, I think we got him this time. There we go. Yeah, right? What are the chances of that? Yeah, big time. And it's not a small one either. So everything he said we can do. And I wanted to make sure I give him the end result right away. That's why I told him the whole what he can actually do with the VR. Even though I understood what he wanted, I want him to understand what he can actually achieve. And then I'm gonna show him, and I'm gonna try to get him set up completely just free, just so we create a relationship with him, and maybe he'll use our service. But we'll talk about that more. But that's exactly what I was talking about last week. Remember when I said when we're having these discussions, people are flooding towards you, and then they're asking questions, and then some of those are gonna end up being customers. Most of them are kids just being kids. But when you filter through the nonsense, you find um, but yeah, now we got into that. So we spoke about. We never got a chance to talk about Rose. What are your thoughts regarding the whole AltSpace experience in terms of that info area? What it was showing, the what we can do. Right on. So there's yeah, absolutely. And that's what I find incredible, that you guys are on the computer still. So imagine if if we get like if everyone has a headset. So anyways, very exciting. I'm very happy that you guys are also having a great time with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and visit just some of the rooms before we finish up. Just so you see those as well, Rose. And then I think that would wrap up today's meeting. But Bon, we definitely have to discuss, that whole info zone and potentially having someone be present there, or give those walkthroughs just to have another source of traffic. But anyways, that's definitely something that we need to talk when we discuss our YouTube channel too. But yeah, let me go ahead and set up. Rose, did you like any one of those rooms in particular that you wanted to try, or you don't care? Okay. Okay, so first let's look at the professional rooms before we jump into the more social and interactive fun ones. Okay. My events. Okay, there we go. Talk show it is. All right. All right, see you guys there. I wish you could jump. Like they have other games in VR where if you hit an obstacle, you just jump over it. Did we lose Rose? Because usually she loads before you. But actually, you joined this one pretty quick. Oh, there she is. So, Rose, this is for the talk show. In case we ever want to have a Bono to talk show idea. How to create a virtual business. So we can set up an event predated, or if we're having a company event, it's just they all act as the same thing. It's so you can present. But the difference is how you get to present. Like right now, Bond, you see how he's seated. So he could be seated. If they want to go in the back to have discussions, they could go to the back room to have discussions. But yeah, this is just one of the sample rooms. Uh, so if you go on the chair itself, I think Bond might be sitting on that one. Uh, maybe that's why it wasn't letting you. Bond, do you press anything specific, or once you're on the chair, it automatically? Oh, there you go. So technically, yes. Question. And then also there's this in case. So some you can mute the entire crowd when it's your room, and then the crowd could still talk via emojis. So you can't hear them, but if they like what you're saying, they'll be clapping. If they don't like what you're saying, you get some of this, like, oh, what are you talking about? If they love what you're saying, yes, Rose, you have a question? That's the question one. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of interaction that can be done. But this was one of the rooms. Bond, do you want to take us to the next room? Oh man, come on. You had such a great idea on the last one. Okay, I'll pick one. Uh, okay. Events. Okay, so for sure, the what? Yeah, yeah. But engage didn't seem like it had that issue. But see, and that's why I want to ask him about the whole if the people he's thinking about are VR or if they're 2D. If they're 2D, he's gonna be stuck with AltSpace. But if they all have VR, they can all utilize Engage for it. But yeah, here we go. Oh, Rose, can you join us? Oh, you can't click it. Try it again, Bon. It's not working. Okay, why is that? Cancel. Is there a way for me to delete it? Okay, hold on. Let me try again. Info portal confirm. There we go. Rose, can you join us? There we go. Yeah, and it's cool. It's like we're all putting our hands into the orb. I've never been here. That's why I wanted to come here. Okay, so I've never been here, so that's why I chose this place. Um, let's walk around. This is just the socializing. So what people would use this for is just another social event. So let's pretend that we have an audience and we just want them to have somewhere to interact. Instead of them interacting on the Facebook group, we can host events like this where we'll play music, or we can have. I mean, I guess they've wanted to have it where it looks like there's a bar, there's popcorn. Does this work? No, it doesn't work. But yeah, so if you're playing music, it actually you can hear it like it's coming from the speakers. But it's an event room within VR. So if you could think of an event that we could hold in VR, this is one of those places, and it even has a balcony. Wow. Sorry, I feel like a little kid. Let me see if I could go up there. It's not letting me get close to the edge so I don't fall. Wait, okay. Okay, so this is just another room. As you can tell, each one of these rooms is an entire world. Um, so, any questions on the rooms we visited so far? Okay, so the last place I'm gonna go to, or I'm gonna take us to, is one moment. Let's try the campfire. Bon, and then just let me know if you're experiencing the same issue as last time. Oh wait, I think Rose disconnected. Ah, come on, Rose. Yeah, Rose. Yeah, as soon as we were jumping, I saw her thing disconnect. I was like, no. Like in the movies when they leave them behind. Okay, let me go grab her. Uh, Rose, I saw it disconnect the second we were about to jump. Yeah, okay, so let's go again. Yeah, I tried to cancel it. I couldn't do it. All right. Portal. So yeah, just once you see the line connect, that's it. You're good. You don't have to click anything else. Did we leave? Rose, are you still in here? Rose? Rose? Hello? Oh man, we lost her. It's a nice toss. Oh, can't reach that low. Bon, Bon. Where the hell is everyone? Bon. Oh, okay. I have the window open. I was messaging Rose. I couldn't see you. Oh, you put on glasses? Okay, that's right. I'm like, wait. Oh, who's this guy following me? Okay, Rose says she's asking where are we. She was. I guess it took her some time to load, but I told her we're by the flames. And so one problem I noticed is, oh, she says she's coming. It's not showing where. Like it was showing that you were in the info zone, and I went looking for you in the information zone because I for your name like under it, it said that's where you were, even though we came here together. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Hey, let me go get her. Hey, Rose. So, Rose, if you click on the ground to where you want to go, it'll move you faster. So, for example, let's click that sign. There you go. Yeah, maybe that'll be easier for. Oh, you're in the sign. Okay, so this world. Oh, by the way, this is Bon. He changed his image. I thought someone was following me. I was like, "Who's this guy?" Oh, speaking of following me, my mute. Okay, excellent. Okay, so what was? Oh yeah, so this is just another interactive environment, Rose. This is like another social area. There's people that can hang out around the fire. Like right now, someone was talking about the coronavirus, and I think that lady was from. Yeah, it's okay. There's like another discussion happening there. Bon, are you experiencing the delays? Yeah, it seems like it's okay. But yeah, it's this is just another world to explore. But this is AltSpace VR. This is everything that is currently available to us. Um, so this app, obviously, the app is this is your guys' profile. You guys could do you guys are free to use it as you need it. Like it's not just for business. If you guys want to use it to attend events over the weekend, whatever you want to do, it's you're free to use it as you please. Obviously. Um, but yeah, if you guys are gonna be attending anything, let me know. I might attend as well. Uh, but yeah, I think it's cool, and that's the thing too. I think that maybe we can start encouraging team members to start essentially hanging out, socializing with each other. Whether it's spending half an hour in VR together, or maybe spending some time after the meeting together. But yeah, it's I personally had a lot of fun today. Even though we were mostly just educational, talking about what we can do. But I think you made a new friend, Bon. um, but yeah, it's essentially this is it. This is what it has to offer. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to add? Anything you guys want to mention? Rose, anything on your end? Well, well, no, we were having a full long meeting, so I was asking them if they had any questions from that entire meeting. But do you have any questions for AltSpace? Yeah, do you have any questions about it? You said, oh wow. To be very honest with you, I don't work for AltSpace, but you can open a private room. If you go to open room, I mean, if you go to a private room and you have that there, then no one could come in there and bother you besides the person you're playing with. Oh, it's one of these. Oh yeah, no, no. These are the whole point of this is so that whole social environment. But anyways, guys, coming back to yeah, that's pretty much it. That's our meeting. If you guys have no more questions, you guys are free to go. Thanks for attending. Hope you guys had fun, and looking forward to doing more work on VR. All right. Okay. If nothing else, I will see you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. See you, Bon. See you, Rose.